omulabi waffe atulaba agobera program yaffe The Harvest Amakungula. Muno tufuna ebintu ebyenjawulo okusoma, okuyiga, oba oliawo bye tuyize ne tubiteeka mu nkola. Olunaku lwaleero ffe aba The Harvest ku Zubair TV tuzze ku Imperial Royal okulaba ku bannaffe abeewangulira awards mu kulima oba mu kulunda. Omulungi andaba olima bulimi n'otereka oba n'ogenda mu katale gwe n'omala. Bannaffe nno bano beewangulira awards bezzaamu amaanyi. Omulimi bw'olima tetukoma bukomi kulima ne tuwala mu katale. Tulina ebintu ebyenjawulo bye tweyongerako. Oba oliawo bannaffe abali mu masomero abeegomba ensonga zino ez'okulima n'okulunda babaako kye bafunamu. Njagala otugoberera olunaku olwaleero tugenda kuba tuyingira munda ate tulabe bannaffe kye baatuumye Annual Agricultural Awards. Kitambudde kita era kigenda kutambula kita. Neeyungako mukwano nga tuyingira munda ate tulabe enteekateeka efaananye etya ey'olunaku olwaleero. Nze Nanyonga Rehma nga bulijjo okutuusaako programu yaffe tutambule ffenna tunyumire. Thank you.
Hifa International, the Bank of Uganda, we have Oxfam, we have NARO, we have Farmers Media, we have Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, we have...
Nyongera okwebaza omulabi wa Zubair TV. Thank you so much for watching. Mwebale kusubscribinga, mwebale kusharinga. Nga bwe nabagambye olunaku olwaleero tetwasinzidde mu nnimiro kubanga tubaweereza tuli wano ku Imperial Royal. Omugenyi omulala gwendi naye ye manager. Manager agenda kuba atubuuliramukko eri ffe abalimi oba naawe eyandyagadde okulima biki bye wandiiseemu ebitonotono tube nga tweyongera. Nsanyusa okulaba ssebo.
Wamu nange nnyabo.
Nsaba weeyanjulire kuba naye ndina omugagga omulabi andaba ku Zubair TV ye manager agro business
and green finance.
Kale ssebo nsaba otubuuzeeko taata.
Abalabi ba Zubair TV nsanyusa nnyo okubalaba. Amanya gange nze Joseph Lwanga Mugerwa Kigundu, manager agribusiness and green finance. Pride Bank.
Manager mwinayo akapya ke muleese oba temunnaba kufunayo kapya?
Obupya tulina bungi naye akasinga okuba kakulu essaawa eno naddala ku mulamwa guno gwe tuliko ogw'ebyobulimi. Ye looni y'abalimi gye tuyita private commercial large scale farmers scheme, era nga gavumenti oluvannyuma lw'okwetegereza eggwanga lyaffe nti lyetaaga emmere okwongera ku bungi bw'emmere eriisibwa abantu n'ebisolo. Yasalawo okuteekateekawo enkola eno ey'okulaba nti abalimi abanene mu lufutifuti be tuyita large scale commercial farmers bafuna ssente ezitayinaako magoba, zero interest. Era loans zino tugenda tuzigaba, twatandise ozigaba mu Pride Bank. Gavumenti yatuwadde interest w'abalimi abo. Kati ffe tubawa looni nga tezirina interest era ne babeera nti bazikozesa ne bakomyawo principal yekka.
Kati principal bw'otegeeza ki nga nze atali ku gundi ku large scale?
Kati principal bw'otwala looni oze okugeza otutte miliyoni 10. Miliyoni 10 ez'otutte principal nga temuli magoba. Naye ate bw'oteekamu amagoba oba ogaseeko osasula principal ne interest. Kaakati olw'okuba gavumenti yasasudde interest, kaakati ozza principal yokka. Looni gy'oba otutte bwe nkuwa miliyoni 10 era z'ozza toyongeramu kintu kyonna.
Okusinziira ku bbanga lye tukkaanyiza.
Weewaawo. Kaakati looni eno etwalibwa abo abalima ebirime bino wammanga.
Otyo?
Tulina kasooli, tulina ebijanjaalo, tulina soya, tulina omuwemba.
Mwatunuulidde balimi bokka?
Balimi bokka.
Abalunzi.
Tulina n'omuddo. Anti omulimi atambuliramu n'omulunzi. Katulina n'omuddo, bw'oba olima omuddo ng'ogenda okukola ekyokulya ekiyamba mu budde obw'ekyeya kye bayita hay mu lufutifuti. Omuddo ogukaziddwa okuliisa ente gwe tuyita hay. Kati bw'oba ng'oli mu kkowe eryo, ng'oli mulimi ali mu kkowe eryo, naye ng'okikolera ku eka 5 okudda waggulu. Eka 5 okudda waggulu, awo gavumenti egenda kuwa ssente. Egenda kuwa kufacilitating olabe nti ofuna interest-free loans mu Pride Bank. Yeah.
ekyo nga kinkanzeemu
Tekikanga.
kati bannange abalimi bange munsaasire ntera nnyo okuyimira mu bigere byammwe naye ku mulundi guno ndabika nziza ebbali batunulidde ffe abalina 50 acres bwe kiri
50 acres.
okudda waggulu gavumenti yasasudde kali ka interest bw'oba oyagala ssente jangu bazikuwe mu Pride Bank bwe kiri
Bwe kiri.
teriyo kapya ke tubongera
Akapya tulina twatandise nga gyebafuuka bank twatransforming okuva Pride Microfinance ne tufuuka Pride Bank. Kakati abalimi n'abantu ba bulijjo abatandise okukwata ku ssente enzungu ziyita $, pound, tulina forex program. Twatandise okugulawo forex accounts. Ya ojja n'oggulawo account yo nga ye ssente enzungu. Ya ssente z'enzungu ziyita okwo. Ya kati twongedde ne ku bungi bwa ssente ze tuwa abantu kye tuyita corporate SME and corporate. Era ezo loans zijja nga ziri ku interest ya wansi ddala ebitundu 14 ku buli 100 naddala ng'otwala looni etandikira ku miliyoni 2 okudda waggulu.
tweyanzege omulabi wa Zubair TV omukulu ke kayagadde okuyisaawo from Pride Bank agambye nti gavumenti yabasasulidde ka interest gwayagala ssente nga olina acres 5 okudda waggulu weyunire bannaffe aba Pride Bank. Thank you so much for watching. Musibe bulungi musule bulungi mweraba. Thank you.
But we don't mind. You can even access 100 million, 100,000, but the maximum can be 2.1 billion. This maximum, the cap can be removed on a case-by-case basis. What do I mean here? If we see that the project that you want to fund has got some economic benefits to this country, we can lift that cap and lend you to about 10 billion, if you so wish, and if your operations can accommodate that money. The economic benefit I'm talking about, your company or that project must be in position to pay taxes. Maybe it is involved in value addition and exporting, where the government can earn foreign exchange earnings, where you offer employment to Ugandans. So when we consider all of those, we can lift the cap and give you more than 2.1 billion. But the good news is that recently, Management Bank of Uganda and the management of other participating financial institutions had a meeting in Ministry of Finance, and they agreed to increase the amount from 2.1 billion to 5 billion. That one is going to be effected soon after the crafting of the addendum to the current memorandum of agreement. Once that's done, you will be informed through your participating financial institutions, the commercial banks. The good thing is that you can borrow this money to a maximum period of 8 years. And the minimum period is 6 months. And it has got a grace period of 3 years. If we find that your project needs to do a lot of marketing, there are some things you want to sort out, you can have a conversation with your commercial banks and be in position to get the grace period not exceeding 3 years. They can give you 1 year, they can give you 2 years, but the maximum grace period is 3 years. How much is the interest? The interest, if you are involved in the primary agriculture and value addition, the interest rate onto this facility is only 12%. You can see how affordable this facility is compared to other agricultural loans in other commercial banks. If we have not forgotten our mathematics, if you translate the 12% per annum on a monthly basis, then you are only paying 1% per month. Some of us have borrowed from money lenders. Which money lender is going to give you a loan at 1%?
We always borrow at 10%, 20% per month. But the government of Uganda is giving you this facility at 1% per month, which is 12% per annum. Now, the agricultural credit facility can be only accessed if you are involved in agricultural value chain. Right from primary agriculture, you are in the field cultivating, you want to add value, you are exporting, you can access this money. But there are some projects that we don't fund under the agricultural credit facility. For example, if you wanted to buy land, you know how land transactions are, the complication embedded therein. So the facility, according to the memorandum of agreement, does not allow you to access this funding for purposes of buying land. If you want to plant trees, currently in the current memorandum of agreement, we are saying no, simply because of the gestation period that requires these trees to mature before they are cut and sold takes quite some time. And remember, we want other Ugandans on the doorsteps who are waiting also to utilize this money. So therefore, currently, purchase of land and planting of trees are not the projects that can be allowed under the agricultural credit facility. Now that you have heard from Alex from Bank of Uganda telling you about the affordable credit of the agricultural credit facility, maybe you had already borrowed money from another commercial bank and you feel you would like to access this money, get this money, then you go and pay off the other loan. That one is not also accepted. So therefore, those three areas, purchase of land, planting of trees, and paying off existing debts using the agricultural facility is not allowed. Now, how do you access this money? Like I told you right from the beginning, that is a public-private partnership. When you go to a commercial bank and maybe you need 300 million, the government of Uganda is going to contribute 50%, and the participating financial institution, the commercial bank that you have gone to, will also contribute 50%. What does this mean? It means that out of the 300 million, the commercial bank will give you the whole 300 million, but thereafter will request Bank of Uganda to refund the 150, which is the 50% government of Uganda contribution. So these are the modalities that we use in order to implement this facility. What attracts this money? If you wanted to buy, let me say, agro inputs, you want to buy equipment, you want to enhance your farm, you want to excavate the dam, you want to paddle, to fence it, to construct a farmhouse, all those things are considered. You can easily access this money. So when we talk of agricultural financing, actually the agricultural credit facility is your best product that you can easily access. When we started implementing this facility, we encountered some problems. The problems include, one, you remember that in most of our regions in Uganda here, not every farmer has a registered land title. That's the challenge. Initially, we are sticking to that one needed to have collateral, like for example, registered title for one to access that money. But when we realize that we are intending to help the smallholder farmer who is down there in Chamkaka, who is down there in Gulu, who is down there in Soroti, we said, now what can we do? We realized people who had registered titles were only in the central and western. So in the wisdom of the government, through the Ministry of Finance and the Bank of Uganda and other participating financial institutions, management had to sit. They sat and agreed that any smallholder farmer who wants to access this money and does not have collateral, the registered title, other means of collateral can be embraced. Like for example, your banking history with that financial institution, your cash flows, if you have some movable assets in your house, the ones you can register a chattel mortgage, you can use those to access this facility to a maximum of 20 million. So therefore, when we did that, we really opened, we opened the potential farmers in Iguru, in the northern, northeast, and some of the eastern region. They have embraced the block allocation arrangement, which helps them to access this funding without necessarily having the registered title.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
Alex. You've covered most of it. I have one more question for you before I move on to Mr. Twaha. There's a worry here, and we are wondering what mechanisms has BOU put in place to ensure that these funds reach their intended targets, without political interference.
Thank you so much for this question. Remember, Bank of Uganda is autonomous. Whereas it's owned by government, the operations of the central bank are entirely autonomous. The government, there is no way that the government is going to interfere with the operations of the government. What we need from government is the commitment they made to be disbursing that money, the agricultural credit facility, the 50% government of Uganda contribution to the bank. But the political interference in the operations of the central bank are completely not encouraged, and the Bank of Uganda operates on its own, depending on to the Bank of Uganda Act without any interference from any third party.
We have your word. You promised us. All right, let's move on to Mr. Twaha. Right? Got that right? Representative from the Uganda Revenue Authority. Our focus is basically taxation and agricultural development. Now let's start with this first question. Now, while URA is widely known, many farmers, and I'm included as well, I'm only 13 months in, we still lack information on how URA can support our sector. Please elaborate. How can URA come through?
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Twaha Kayundo. I'm representing the Commissioner, Public and Corporate Affairs this evening. If I go to your question, how does URA support the development of the agricultural sector? First of all, we appreciate that Uganda is predominantly agriculture, and therefore, if we certify that most of the activities where we charge, when the taxman is in the house, it's all about charging this, but we don't only charge. Accepting that agriculture is the backbone of Uganda, there are many initiatives at URA that are being done and geared towards the facilitation and the development of the agricultural sector. For example, we have different taxes. You realize that we have a tax called withholding tax that cuts across all the other sectors of the economy. And initially, in the fiscal year of 2018-2019, URA had proposed a 1% withholding tax on agricultural supplies. But because we realized that that was detrimental to the sector that's our mother, then in the subsequent year, that 1% withholding was removed, the law was repealed, and then you will find that the supplies from all the other sectors of the economy are not exempt of 6% withholding tax. You realize that even when we are digging deep into your pockets as Ugandans, of course, a quest to attain the much needed targets. Of course, here I have to thank Ugandans because in the just concluded the financial year, you enabled us to hit the target.
What are the numbers?
And surpassed it by over 200 billions. So really, we have to thank you. And so we are like, we are not going to tax agriculture directly. If someone is, say, producing milk from Bohweju, that milk has no tax. Through the value chain until when it gets to the processor. We've been in a coffee boom. The guys in China Mkaka who are producing thousands of kilograms of coffee at source, when they are selling, they are not taxed.
Reach a path of higher economic growth through agriculture-led development. For example, recognition of food system champions directly increases awareness for the need to eliminate hunger, but also other categories speak to key commitments like reducing poverty and food insecurity and enabling agriculture inclusiveness. We believe that recognizing good practice goes a long way to transform the country's agriculture sector, and it will go a long way to harness the sector's job and wealth creation potentially, and thereby contributing to eradicate poverty, hunger, and malnutrition. This program is also a commitment of African member states to agriculture transformation, leading to inclusive growth and shared prosperity. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate MAIF and its partners on this initiative, and have no doubt that the role played by the agriculture sector in contributing to the national development goal is greater than any sector. We consider MAIF as a main agent for agriculture transformation in the Uganda. Indeed, you are the ones who anchor the implementation of national programs that are helping the grassroots people. I think everybody needs agriculture. This award is happening in an auspicious time after the launch of our parish development model. It is important, therefore, that you critically look at good practices, those beneficiaries, because this is how we shall advance the agriculture transformation agenda in our respective villages. I would like to assure the organizers of this event that my office and indeed the government is committed to support and elevate this forum as the main platform to bring together the sector and enable progressive accountability of all stakeholders. That is the Minister of the Third Deputy Minister, the Office of the Third Deputy Prime Minister. I'll end my remarks by congratulating all winners tonight and urge you that national recognition should not be taken lightly, but I should emphasize that it's not only those that have had awards that are winners. All participants in the agricultural sector as the backbone of our economy, and they did the food basket for our people, are winners. And therefore, I congratulate all of you. Once again, let me thank the organizers for considering me to be the chief guest of this event. I guess some of you know that I am a farmer, a thing I enjoy. I therefore appreciate the farmers' concerns. That is Honorable Nakadani. I look forward to reporting to this event to Cabinet, and I'm sure His Excellency the President will appreciate the efforts of the organizers. I thank you for your attention for God and my country. That is Agent Pesa Kavala on behalf of the Prime Minister. Congratulations for God and my country.
Of course, big shout outs and recognition to Engineer Simon Terwani, who's around tonight, the General Manager from NEC Agro, subsidiary of NEC. So NEC, come close, you're up next.
That is Hyper International.
They look international.
That's Nick Agro, approaching the stage. And finally, Oxfam. Oxfam, please start moving towards the stage. Representatives. Anyone, has Oxfam come through? Do they have a representative? Okay. Oxfam, anyone? All right, well, let the Honorable Minister take her seat. Thank you very much.
Hi, hello. Congratulations to everyone. Banange buli muwanguzi awangudde olunaku olwaleero. It is not the end of the day. Tusigale nga tulima, tusigale nga tukola ebintu ebirungi. Abannaffe abalimi abalina ensigo, bannaffe abalimi kw'oteeka n'abalunzi, bw'oba ng'owangudde, congratulations for today. Bwetyo bwe tukoze programu yaffe olunaku olwaleero, tuwasinzidde wano ku Imperial Royal we tukoledde okuba nga tubaweereza nga tubalaga abamu ku abo bannaffe abeewangulidde liza kind of the awards ze babawadde olunaku olwaleero bannange abateeseteese. Thank you so much. Mwebale tu invitinga. Bwe tutyo bwe tutambudde. Musiibe bulungi, musule bulungi, mweraba. Good night.